a massive story out of the basketball world that involves college hoops best coach, the NBA's biggest player, the NBA's biggest team, and the NBA's two biggest reporters. You may not know the name, but I guarantee you know the content. Shams Charania had been the first to report about the Los Angeles Lakers pretty much being destined to make JJ Reddick their next head coach probably right after the NBA Finals was done. But then how about ESPN's own Adrian Wojnarowski swooping in and saying, no, the Lakers have not been going after JJ Reddick. They've actually had their eyes on UConn's Dan Hurley, and the two sides are meeting this weekend to try to put a deal together to get the Lakers that next Pat Riley, Phil Jackson type of feel at head coach. A lot of people are asking me what are my thoughts on my Lakers going after Dan. Has led UConn to back-to-back championships, has an opportunity to do something that ain't been done in a long time in college hoops, which is go back-to-back. He's bringing back a couple of his key cogs from his national championship team. Does Dan want to try to go for the three-peat, or does he want to try to go coach up LeBron and AD? That is the question. It looks like we'll find our answer at some point over the weekend. I could just tell you guys this. I'm looking at Adrian Wojnarowski, aka Woj. There's a little sprinkle in his eye when he got on camera all yesterday to report on this story. And I don't know if it's the fact that in the midst of him reporting on the story, he's essentially taking down his arch nemesis in the reporting game, his op, for lack of a better term, in Shams Charania, who said the Lakers were destined to make JJ Reddick their next head coach, or the fact that apparently Woj is a friend of Dan, which makes this all the but more interesting, to the point where a lot of people in the basketball world are even questioning if this is a real thing. The Lakers and Dan, this is just a play from the biggest NBA reporter helping one of his friends get a bigger bag from UConn. Only time will tell. As a fan of the Lakers, when I think about this squad as currently constructed, I've gave up hope on another championship in the LeBron James and Anthony Davis era, which I think is important. It's not just about LeBron, it's about AD. The reality is LeBron and AD were exceptional last year. And what did they get my Lakers? A first-round exit. And remember, at the time, I'm thinking nothing's wrong with losing in the first round to the Nuggets, who are going to go on and win their back-to-back championships themselves. But then obviously the Nuggets end up getting bounced by Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves in the second round, which the T-Wolves ended up getting bounced even quicker by the Dallas Mavericks, which means the Nuggets weren't winning a ring this year, and they were nowhere near the team that they were a calendar season ago that ran through the West and got a championship against Miami, which means the Lakers are not close to winning a championship right now. They could barely make the playoffs. They had to fight through the play-in tournament again. I have lost championship expectations for my Lakers, and let's just call a spade a spade. The Lakers are probably going to draft Bronny James at number 55. Hell, they might take him with their 17th pick in a draft coming up here. If and when the Lakers take Bronny, I believe we become a circus. And for LeBron, he's got to kind of see in his mind how he wants this thing to play out. It looks like going and getting Dan as your next head coach would be great for a kid like Bronny, for Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura in their development, because Dan's no recruiting darling. This is a dude that's going to go in and grind his players, put in the work. They're saying his practices are 3 times as hard as Tom Thibodeau's are. Y'all know what the Knicks ended up at the end of the season. They could barely put 7 guys out there on the court. They were so banged up. Dan is going to make these dudes work. Do I believe LeBron James, as he's about to turn 40, and Anthony Davis, who outside of last year, give him credit, has looked like a guy that's about to turn 40. Do I believe these dudes are going to want to practice at the rate that Dan was going to make them practice? Obviously, I know it will be scaled to an NBA level, but still, guy that takes games in the middle of November really serious. Do I believe LeBron's going to take that serious? No. And that's why I just don't know if this is a match made in heaven. I actually think the JJ Reddick hire made a little more sense immediately for the Lakers trying to maximize LeBron and AD for the next calendar year or two. If you are like me and love flexing your NBA knowledge, you should head over to the best place to play fantasy sports. That's Underdog Fantasy. For me, I love the pick'em game. It's super simple to play too. All you got to do is go to the Underdog Fantasy website or app, pick whether a player will have a higher or lower stat line for that game, get all your picks right, and you can win up to 20 times your money. And when you sign up, if you use my code FERRO, your deposit will get doubled. You can't beat that. Again, head over to today's sponsor, Underdog Fantasy's website or app, use my code FERRO, and your first deposit will get doubled. Do you want to see your favorite athlete live in action next time they're in your town? Or do you want to see your favorite artist performing in concert next time they're in a city near you? Head over to the SeatGeek website or app and use my code HoopsFerro for $20 off your first purchase. Make sure you subscribe to the It's Mr. Taliaferro YouTube channel, and hey, donate a super chat. Follow me on Facebook at It's Mr. Taliaferro, cop a supporter badge. The Underdog Fantasy promo code is FERRO. The SeatGeek promo code is HoopsFerro. And follow me on Twitter at itsmrtaliaferro.